Hi, welcome to my December wrap-up. This month I read 4 books. The first book I read was Tarzan of the Apes by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Burroughs. I gave this 5 stars. I really liked it. It was like slow at the start, but I think that's just because it was very like describey. Like there's a lot of description in it at the beginning, probably because there's not a lot of like talking since he's the only human there. The rest of them are monkeys. I think my favorite part of this is the part where it like described Tarzan like learning how to read and write. I just thought that was a very like, I don't know, impressive because like he basically teaches himself like using books and stuff. I thought it was like really cool way to describe it and stuff. The ending was like, uh, um, yeah, the ending was not what I wanted. But like this is a series, so it probably the ending would like be explained like, you know, throughout the other books. But I don't think I'm going to continue this series. I think this one was like enough. And I know I mentioned this a lot, but like I love the movies from the 30s with Tarzan. They have like a whole bunch of Tarzan movies from the 30s and they're all really good. Which is what made me want to read this in the first place. I usually don't talk about the plot of the books, but I'm going to try and be better with that. So this is basically about a baby whose parents have died and he gets raised by an ape. So he thinks like he's an ape as well. So like, you know, he hunts and what else? Apparently he's the protector of animals from the local tribe. And then all of a sudden these like people arrive in the jungle, and Tarzan, like, you know, he meets them and he realizes that he's a human too, and of course he meets Jane Porter and they fall in love. And it actually like turns out he's like an heir and he's gonna inherit something, so like he'll have to leave the jungle for that obviously, but does he want to leave the jungle? It's like, you know, he has to make that decision basically. Next book I read was in the Chronicles of Narnia. It's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I give this 5 stars. This was a reread. I read it in school and I still like it a lot. It had a very like wintry feel, so that was good to read in December. And it was very like an adventure. It like reminded me of Alice in Wonderland in that way, like the adventure she goes on, and of course they go on an adventure too in like this fantasy world. And also this is also a series, hence the whole Chronicles of Narnia thing. But I don't think I'm gonna continue. Like this one was enough basically. This is just basically about 4 children who go into this like magical world called Narnia, and there's like a witch there, and she's like making the place stay like winter all the time, which sounds horrible. Ugh, I don't like winter. And basically the 4 siblings could help end the witch's tyranny, it says. And they get help from a great lion named Aslan. Yeah. The next book I read was, well, it wasn't Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it was the sequel to that, which is The Glass Elevator. I read the first book, I think it was November, and I said I'd wait for the December to read the second one. So this is by Roald Dahl. I still struggle with that name. So I get 5 stars. I liked it a lot. It was a reread. I read it in school, and I still liked it. I didn't really remember any of it though. Like, it was a lot of stuff happened in the glass elevator. I was like, okay, I don't remember this at all. So it was like reading it for the first time. I did like the first book better, the Charlie and Chocolate Factory better. The second one was like also quite an adventure though. Like, it's even more like nonsensical stuff than the first one. Basically, it was about like the first book ends off where they're going into the elevator, I believe, I think. Anyways, so the elevator takes them on this crazy adventure, like in outer space, and they have to like defeat these like space creatures. It was very like strange and not really about a chocolate factory at all, but I mean, it was crazy, so it was like fun, you know? And also I would like to read Matilda and Esotrot. at some point by the same author. And the last book I read in December was Shadowsong by Jae-Jones. This was the sequel to Winter Song, which I really liked, and I really liked this one too. I also gave it 5 stars. All these books were 5-star reads, which was, you know, really good. I was super excited to read this because of how much I like Winter Song, and it was just a very, like, even more so than the first one, it was like a dark and creepy and like a dreamy kind of world, and there's this masquerade scene that's just, it's described so beautifully with the masks and the ball gowns and everything. It was just so like pretty sounding, something you'd like probably like dream up. Like, well, obviously someone she dreamed it up, but it was very like fantastical. And also it is, I found like this one and the first one both kind of like confusing and like a wild ride, and like there's this like a lot happening, I guess, like that was like kind of confusing, but I mean it did end well, so that's good. I guess maybe it's supposed to be like that because it's supposed to be all like dreamy and stuff, and like what's going on and what's real and isn't and all that kind of stuff. So basically, this is the sequel, I just said that. So basically she's back, like the characters, I don't know how to say it. I guess she's back home now, and she's still thinking about, because this involves like goblins and a goblin king. So she's still thinking about the Goblin King, and like she misses him, and she also misses her brother, who is where is he? He I don't remember where he is, but he's in a different like city. So she takes her sister, and they traveled there to go see their brother, and she's trying to figure out her relationship with her brother and her sister, and of course the king, Goblin King. Yeah, will they be together? Won't they? And what's gonna happen and all that, basically. So that was 4 books I read, and they were all very good, and I hope that my reading year continues, and, well, next year continues in a good way. See you next time.